What's up, engineers? Welcome back to the channel. So today is going to be a pretty exciting day as I've got two new ships. I've got a ore collecting ship and more of like a exploration scouting contract ship. Maybe we'll call this the contract ship because it's going to help us get established with our neighbors over there in the distance, the CLBT, the Clang battalion. So real quick, let me kind of just go over a little bit of what we got done in the last episode. So in the last episode, I finished up building the ore mining ship. I haven't really given it a name yet, but it's, you know, got your standard 2 drills up front, got a nice connector and a cockpit. So I use the industrial cockpit. I like that. So we can easily dock, charge, refuel, and drop off ores in this design. And then it's got your upward large thrusters right next to two new, or I shouldn't say new, but two additional drills. So this was a unique design I decided to try out to see if it would help me, you know, open up an ore vein, you know, kind of drill vertically down without having to tilt the head. And it worked out pretty well. On the existing ore mine we have over here, we have cobalt and iron deposit right there on the lake, and that was already opened up. So, but it did function for the most part. We will tell in this episode, because the first thing I need to do in this episode is mine some magnesium. So I'm gonna have to open up a magnesium deposit. I do believe I have some. Probably have to turn my GPS locations on for those. But we'll test this out with some magnesium, but I think it's a good design. The only thing I don't like about it, and I was trying to configure, is to be able to disable these two back drill heads while mining. But there's no way to do that with the right and left click mining tool option. I can just manually turn these two ones on in the front and leave the ones off in the back, but that would disable the ability to right click mine. So no matter what, you gotta basically use all 4 drills when you're using the tool feature. Other than that, yeah, it's been pretty nice. I like this design a lot for this ore ship, so I'm definitely gonna probably copy that blueprint and give it a good name. If you guys have any good names for this, go ahead and share those in the comments, and we'll probably pick one that we like the most. And then moving on to the contract ship. So this one's kind of a little bulky. It's definitely armored pretty well. It's got kind of a wide rear end over there, and yeah, but I think it's going to do its job very well. It is a hybrid ship, so it has hydrogen and atmospheric thrusters. It has 4 Gatling guns in the front and 2, I believe those are artillery cannons in the auto cannons. So that's what we need the magnesium for, is to get this loaded up with some weapons. And I actually did something kind of neat today. We'll go ahead and fly over there in the ore ship. I believe this is decently charged. And then we are going to sleep in the cryo chamber here in a second so we can get some daylight. But first up, I built this little display thing, or I shouldn't say little, it's the biggest one you could possibly build. It is the to-do list. So I do got a to-do list. It's going to kind of keep me on track with what I need to be doing. Go ahead and land here. Try not to break anything and lock that in. And yeah, so this is the to-do list. I've got to first off mine some magnesium, and that's so we can make the weapons and ammo for step 2. And then I want to set up a small outpost near the Clang Battalion's location. About 50 kilometers from here. That way I'm not just mining and transporting from this facility for any of the contracts we do. It will reduce the amount of time that it's going to take me to do step 4, which is complete 10 or more contracts, and that's basically going to give me a significant amount of credits, and then I'll be able to purchase some data pads and get some more locations. So that's going to be mostly the goal. I don't know if that's going to be doable in this one episode, or if maybe split between a couple episodes. We will see, but there is plenty to do on the horizon right now. And yeah, so we're gonna start off right away and get things running and go find us some magnesium. Now I do believe I have some nearby. Yeah, magnesium silicone. So that is actually, I think, right underneath me. Which reminds me, the one thing this ship is missing, oops, that was about to injure me right there, is a ore detector. So I need a small grid ore detector, please. All right, we got the components for that. We'll shift P on the black, color this black, and this ore detector, maybe we'll just set it right there. That's fine. That'll do its job. Make sure it's maxed out. Yeah, 50 meters. I think they all default now. Now, I have this as silicone magnesium. Where is the magnesium? Wonder if that's more close to the base. I think it's probably right next to the base. We'll go over here, and I do want to sleep in the cryopod to there's magnesium. All right, we're gonna leave that float for a second, and we're gonna take a nap. All right, good morning. It is now daylight. I love that mod, so worth it. And we're gonna check out this magnesium deposit, which is actually directly beneath me. This is a really good spot for a base. We will never not have what we need to be able to defend ourselves. We want to use this tool, not the lock-on tool. Oh man, look at that. Immediately we got the remnants of the Kaiju ship right beneath me. Let's back up a little bit. As you can see, this ship design's pretty decent. I can literally just go straight down nice and easily and open up any kind of access to an ore vein. Now, is that silicone right there? Yep, that is silicone. I'm not really looking for silicone. I'm gonna drill right past that. Let's kind of keep things level while we're going down. Yeah, this ship design is really nice. I'm actually very happy with it. All right, and then now we got silicone beneath us. And this is kind of making me want to do another thing. You know, since I have the lower drill system, I need to set up some ejectors on this ship so that way it can I could literally just start resting on the ground and drilling up this magnesium. We're gonna do that anyway. I'm gonna collect a handful of rock, I'm sure, but mostly we're getting the magnesium right here. But once I get the ejector system to spit out rock when I don't need it, we'll literally be able to just mine straight down, grab what we need, and then come up. 75k is kind of what I've been choosing to be the limit of my carry weight. I could probably carry a lot more, and then we're definitely going to keep our eye on that power level there. I've got 9 minutes when I'm fully thrusting, and then we can lock that in. Let's open up our production and go to our refinery. So the magnesium is going. Let's actually put the refinery on the left side and everything on this ship on the right. We'll go ahead and drop all the stone in there, and then we'll go to our cargo. We'll put the magnesium into there. All right, so now that we've got a lot of magnesium refining, we'll be able to produce the ammo we need. Does it use artillery shells or assault cannon shells? Probably assault cannon shells, because that doesn't take uranium. I'm gonna produce a couple of these. I think that's the right one. And then we'll put those in here. Cannon. I got those set up right. Correct. What does that take? Auto cannon 2. Auto cannon magazine. Okay. Well, that's actually way nicer than I thought. So I'm gonna probably do 10 of those, and then maybe 20 of these. So and that's gonna wait. It's gonna take a little while for the magnesium. We do got plenty of power. I'm gonna throw some speed mods on the back of the refinery here, so that way we can get production moving a little bit faster. Don't know if I got everything I need for these or not. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, one refinery with 4 speed mods. I believe that is 530 times faster. So, won't be long, and then we'll have all the ammunition we need. I need to get a... So this is kind of more of like my building and docking platform, but I need to expand this and add some more platforms for everything to dock and be able to charge at the same time. Do I want to do that right now? Maybe we'll just expand off of these containers back here in this direction. So let me grab Shift P so I keep my colors good. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then how did I do that when I did an inset? Do I want to keep that kind of the same? We'll try to keep it the same. Is that going to be underneath? Okay, perfect. I think that's enough to make everything. So once I get this built, we'll dock the expedition ship on here. We'll get it loaded up. I think the rest of that ammo should be about done. And we'll do a couple tests with the shooting to see if that'll be enough ammo for us. Not even gonna build the platform right here yet. I'm just gonna connect directly to it, and as long as we're careful, we won't have any issues. So we will unlock from here. I do have this by default with the hydrogen turned off. I shouldn't need that unless I'm really trying to like get somewhere real quick. We'll try to keep our hydrogen used only when we really need it. Now this thing is pretty heavy. It's already 64,000, basically 65,000 kilograms. So it's not really the most frugal build I've ever built. It took a lot of time too. I was trying to detail it as much as possible. I'm not really that big of an artist, so I'm just using some of the generic blocks. I know some people use some of the modded blocks and other things to kind of make it look a little more detailed, but really mostly I just vanilla it. And this is one of my better looking ones between the colors and not totally wrapping it in armor, but leaving some stuff exposed is kind of nice to give it more depth, personality, I should say. Yeah, so let's get this loaded up. So yeah, it's already loading up the autocannons and everything. So we'll go to, I want to make sure I'm getting all this ammo moved over from the assembler to the cargo of this ship. And then I don't think I've got any other ammunition built anywhere. We are done with that. All right, so autocannons, 2-2, modular container, 4 and 14, 3-3-3-3. I feel like I'm gonna want more autocannon. How heavy is that? It's not really heavy at all. Yeah, let's do the rest of that over. All right, now I know I've got way more than enough ammunition. So 96 cannon shells and 2,200 Gatling. All right, we're gonna do some basic ship testing. We're gonna start with hydrogen systems on to see how expensive fuel is. As you can see, I got 4 large thrusters going up and then 2 hydrogen, so 4 atmo and 2 hydro. I did use 1% just hovering. What kind of speed can we get? Speed and maneuverability is what I was really going for, and then I should be able to hit 8 and 9 to disable the front thrusters and glide. Yeah, I feel pretty confident with this operating at 100 meters per second without issues. Oh yeah, no issues. And then I could probably disable, we'll turn front hydro on, turn back hydro, or all hydro off. And now it's running on just battery power. Got an hour of power. Let's full speed, forward and up at the same time. 16 minutes. So we'll try not to be doing a whole lot of gas in it. So this is a pretty good flight test. We're gonna kind of swoop around. We'll turn our hydrogen back on and our front one's off. Boost on back. Yeah, so like the hydrogen system in this ship is more for like quick boost of power. I've almost used about 10% just in that little bit of flight. But it can also be life-saving too, you know, if I did run it real low on the battery. We'll go ahead and turn those front thrusters on, do a little whip, and this one can catch itself pretty quickly, so I can descend pretty fast and not have to worry about it at its current weight. All right, so let's test out some of this ammunition. So we'll select our Gatling. That'll be nice. I hate to be anything that has to deal with me. Man, that uses ammo super fast. Now, is that counting the ammunition it has in this container as well? So if I move, I max out each one. Okay, yeah, so I have way more than 100 shots. I have like 1,000 shots. So if it has 103, then yeah, I'm a little under 1,000 autocannon rounds. That's more than enough. All right, I'm gonna dock this. I'm gonna fully recharge its battery, fully recharge its hydrogen, and we'll take the ore mining ship out again. Oh no, actually we got plenty. We got step 1 is done. So yeah, I really just need to charge this. Maybe get it loaded with some stuff for the outpost. Go to batteries. And I don't have these batteries in their own group. So we'll go to expedition batteries. We'll call this the expedition ship. I don't know. Generic name. That's like more of a placeholder name than anything. And then we'll go here, turn on recharge on off, and then these batteries are gonna be fully recharged in 4 minutes. Hydrogen tank should auto stockpile should fill. Oh yeah, it's already filled with just the production because we're good over here. Yeah, this facility has no issue supplying hydrogen for anything. That'll be a fuel source I never need to really worry too much about. And then time for batteries, which, you know, we got a 6 megawatt wind generator. That's good. All right, so I'm just gonna wait about 4 minutes, and we're gonna get this ship loaded with enough for a large refinery, large windmill, an assembler, probably with some speed attachments, a battery, and that'll probably be it, and a medical facility. So we'll make a survival kit. The goal is to not die and not need it, but to have it always just in case where you're at nearby is better than having to fly or run on foot or take another ship 50 kilometers away. So alright, I'm gonna get this ship loaded. I believe I've got everything I need to make everything I just listed. So we'll just get most of it put into the expedition ship, and I'll be back in about 4 minutes. Alright, I'm back with things loaded up. I think I've got as much as I can bring with me. I filled my own inventory up along with the expedition ship's cargo container. Should be enough for the basics. If we're missing anything, it is what it is. We'll deal with it, and we'll see how this thing can handle flying fully loaded. So I'm gonna go ahead. I've turned the batteries onto automatic, so we shouldn't fall to our death. And alright, so we're gonna take off. So it is at 100 kilograms, and it is definitely heavy. You can go ahead and turn the backwards off on this ship, and we're gonna start flying towards the CLBT, the Clang Battalion's station, and we're gonna get an outpost built. At least the start of one anyway. We do got 55 minutes of power. I'm saving my hydrogen for now. Let's turn it on to see if that changes the power consumption. Turn the fronts off. Yeah, it doesn't really change much of anything. So we're gonna go ahead and leave those off. And I've got a long flight. Got about 45 kilometers to go. 45 kilometers, yep. So I will bring you guys back once we get there. And actually, here's that lake that's just over the hill from where we were at. I haven't traveled that far, and definitely has some hostile stuff going on down here. I did forget to install a camera on this ship, so I can't really zoom in or look at it, but kind of flying pretty close overhead. We'll see if they try to shoot or anything. I think most of the turrets on that base were interior turrets, so I don't think they have a range or they're worried about coming this far. But yeah, this is so far so good. This ship is flying nicely over the terrain. I think it's only got, yeah, it does have 4 batteries. I do have 4 batteries on it, 4 upwards thrusters, and then obviously the hydrogen as well. Not much for transportation though, because if I do have that new cargo container, the long one, the new style, and it's a decent, I mean, it is a small grid ship, so I can't expect much on carrying a whole lot of manufactured products. I probably would have been better off if I would have just brought enough to bring brought enough components for a windmill and an assembly machine, and then had the rest of the materials raw, and then I could have just basically brought iron ingots and silicone, nickel, and cobalt. I think that's kind of the best way to actually start a new base, and depending on how we do on this one, I may do some calculations in the future for, you know, setting up bows and outposts. Uh-oh, what is that? GPS Banks Processing Company. Strong signal detected. I'm not seeing... Is it that unknown signal 22? No, that was a while ago. What did that say? Banks Processing Company? Show on hood. We're gonna turn that red. Where are they at? They're just right over there. Let's look at our factions list. I don't see... I guess that's more or less the facility name. That may not be what their faction name is. If they even have a faction. There's something down there as well. There's actually a lot of stuff happening on this map now. Watch it start shooting at me. QARCMNT. Well, I'm gonna stick to the plan, and that's building that outpost at the CLBT station. Alright, so we are approaching the Clang Battalion station. I really like the terrain on these hills up top here, so that's likely gonna be what I end up doing, is building the outpost up here, and then basically processing and refining whatever we have, and doing business with them down there. The high ground's just so much better too, especially if I wanted to ever expand any kind of solar power generation. But wind power up here is definitely going to be the most optimal as well. One thing I'm a little disappointed in of myself is I didn't bring anything. There's no ore detector equipped on this ship, so the ore patches I look at, which there's a lot of them up here, I won't be able to see what they are. So I'm thinking about just plopping down a facility onto this spot right here, and then converting most of the stone into the minerals we need for manufacturing. And then if we do need to go out and find any more materials, we'll have the time to do that. I really like this location. It's a really cool location. Instead of building an outpost on top of some like high value ore deposit, which I've done that many times in the past. It's been successful. Wondering, do I want to build it kind of like a cliffhanger or build it up here? Yeah, let's build it right here, kind of hanging over this cliff edge. I think I'll like that. Yeah, we're gonna set the ship down right here on the edge, get things locked in, and this will be the start of our first, I don't know what you want to call it, just an outpost. A business outpost. Alright, what kind of materials do I have in my inventory? This is the complicated part, is I have fully filled my inventory and the ship's inventory. I think I can put stuff in the connector. Yeah, that works. Should have done that a long time ago. I'm gonna start with 100 of those, and then, yeah, 100 of those. And that will be everything I need to kind of get this outpost up and running. Local grid is not gonna be what I want. This is more or less me kind of placing this on the compass. Yeah, this is perfectly facing even on the compass. So we're gonna do our first block. How about right here? And this is gravity, right? Yeah, that's gravity. Okay, just had to make sure. So we're gonna probably be about that high off the ground for now. Let's go one more. I think that's wide enough. One thing I did not bring, and I have to keep this in mind, which actually I got plenty of hydrogen on this ship, so the bottle of hydrogen I have, I can refill there, so we're good. However wide this is, by 3 for right now. And then we'll do on this side, on this corner, we'll put the windmill. Where's it at? Right there on 8. Big boy windmill. 20 motors short. Please tell me I brought enough. I'm pretty sure I did. And then I want the assembler. First off, I'm gonna go probably about right here. Connector, and then I want my cargo container. That one's the connector. I'll do the industrial one because it looks pretty cool. Please tell me I brought everything for that. Interior parts we're missing. Well, that makes sense. We should be good though. We may be shy on interior parts for the junction, but for now, I can still put the assembler on top. We'll clear this piece out so we have access to get to that. Oh shoot, wrong button. There's where the assembler needs to go, right there. Then we'll fill that in, maybe. Give me some interior plates, please. Or not interior, steel plates. Okay, so I don't need that. I need this and that. Short on motors. computers, metal grids. Man, I need 80 construction comp and 4 metal grids. I totally failed on getting everything I needed. So let's leave this here for now. Metal grids and construction components. What's more important? Assembly. There's no way I have enough for the refinery. I totally did not math this out good at all. Alright, refinery. We'll just throw a refinery on. Yeah, and then at some point I'll connect. I think I'll put it right here. Actually, no, right here's good. I'll connect the conveyor later on. Oh, we got a good skeleton. So we're short on motors, grids, and construction components for a lot of the stuff. But we got the cargo container up, so I can move the rest of this into it. Okay, so I'm gonna check out that facility real quick, see if they have any material I can buy off them. I've got 3,000 credits. I may be able to make this work, otherwise I'll have to swing back to the base and grab a couple things. Alright, just had to fill my bottle up, and then we'll see what these guys have for sale. Yeah, so they're more of a weapons dealer. They'll buy the stuff that I need. Protect scrap. Is that a mod or is that actually part of the game now? So for detector components, 45 of them will give me 120k. I'm gonna check out all these acquisition contracts. Then 107k for 280 girders. We'll go ahead and do that. Solar cells. Sure, why not? And they have this search contract. The only thing that's like, I'm not really interested in doing contracts for them because I mean, they're literally useless to me. Oops, F. I can't even buy or sell. Well, I can sell things that I need, you know, once I have a surplus, but since I was making this outpost, I thought I could at least buy some useful things from them, but it's literally just ammunition and weapons, some hydrogen and oxygen med kits. Do you guys even have data pads? No. Well, we'll do a couple contracts here. We'll do at least 10. That was the goal. But to get to those, I need to have some more materials. You know, I didn't mark that on my map. I need to mark this base on the map so I don't lose it. Since it has the windmill on it, it should be considered a powered grid and not disappear, even though it's just a cargo and a cargo container and a big windmill. All right, so I really need motors and metal grids and construction components. This has everything. And this being the expedition ship has no real way to mine and build. I need to get the ore ship over here if I plan on doing any more business. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this thing here, and I'm gonna have to there's no way I'm gonna be able to fly back on one bottle. All right, for every problem there's a solution. No matter what, I'm gonna have to get the ore ship out here to do real work with these contracts, unless I want to pick up a contract, fly all the way home, get the materials for the contract, return it, and fly all the way back. Oh my god, you know how many hours of wasted time that is? That's kind of why I wanted to do the outpost. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to fly the ship back. There's no way I can make it alive. One hydrogen bottle, and I don't really want to because that's a lot of time and focus. Okay, so I'm gonna fly back to the base. We're gonna make note of the things I need. I need more metal grids, I need more construction components, I need more motors. And then once I have all those things, I can produce everything with what I've got here. So, motors, construction components, and metal grids. I will be back at this outpost. And hold on, before I do anything, we'll call this the clang Outpost, and I'm gonna fly back to the base. So it's gonna be another long flight. We're 48 kilometers away from base. We're gonna get some of the missing materials that I didn't grab. I was really short on inventory space, so I couldn't really plan it the best I wanted to. I should have done it the way I've done it in the past, where I use the build planner to deposit items in my ship. So I'll do that next time to make sure I don't waste a trip. But I would have had to come back anyway for the mining ship. I wasn't even thinking about that. I do need that mining ship over there as well. And we'll get it on blueprint. That way I can build a additional mining ship at any location. One thing's for sure is this playthrough's been a little bit more successful than I thought it would have been. And I've only made a couple small mistakes early on, so hopefully we got our major catastrophes out of the way. Once I get to space, though, it'll be a whole new whole new world of opportunities to do something crazy. Alright, so unless something really crazy happens, I will bring you guys back once I get back to the main base on the ice lake. Oh, we did get another signal. Johnson Processing Company. So we're mapping out the area unintentionally, moving back and forth between my base and the Clang Battalion's space station, or Earth station, I should call it. Alright, we are arriving back to base, and once again another Jeep location popped up on the map. Let's go ahead and turn our reverse thrusters back on. We can slowly glide into the base location. Alright, so we know we need motors, construction components, metal grids. So that's going to be some items we're going to load into the mining ship. We don't need a whole lot, just enough. And some thoughts that were kind of crossing my mind as I was flying back. You know, and having this over there, man, that's really actually very bright. I did turn the lights on to help with mining, but it is very bright, especially at night. Let me go ahead and sleep in the cryopod, make it daylight real quick. Alright, so I was thinking, you know, if I have this out there, I'm not going to have any defenses or anything, which, you know, it is what it is. I wanted to bring both of them, but I'm only going to be able to bring one. So I'm going to load this up with the remaining materials I need to finish building the new base, the Clang Outpost, and then we'll fly our way back in the ore ship, which I do believe should have enough power and thrust and everything to do that, hopefully, especially once we load it up with some of the other items I need. So we'll do that. I might even make a couple extra hydrogen bottles to take with me in case I got to do any expeditions on foot or by thrusting, using the thruster on the jetpack. And yeah, that'll probably be the next episode. So I am going to end it here. It's a lot of flight time and editing and moving around just doing what we did, but for the most part in this episode, we mined up the magnesium. Oh wow, that ship finally despawned. Look at that. So I didn't have to do anything, and over time it finally despawned on its own. I just had to get far enough away from it, I guess, is what had to happen, and it being an unclaimed grid. But yeah, it's gone, and we got a bunch new outposts. So we got Griffin's Hope, Johnson's Processing Company, Bank Processing Company, and then another one showed up on the way here. And you got to basically just go into your signals and turn it on or off. I could have sworn another one popped up. It's called Savoy Services. Oh, there it is right there. So I've been turning the HUD on and then just making them red. Where are they at? Oh wow, they're on the top of the hill. So the area is definitely getting populated. So I think it's going to be getting more and more risky as time goes on. Most of these places I think are pretty neutral, but when you fly by they're red, so it has me very suspicious of getting too close to them. But we'll find out more here soon. Maybe in the next episode we'll do some more looking into them. But the main goal is going to be bringing the rest of the components to finish the outpost and this mining ship, so we can start doing those contracts. And speaking of contracts, I did accept 3 of them. So 45 detector components, 287 girders, and then 12 solar panels. So those will be some of the firsts we complete once we get back there. But I will do all that and more in the next episode. So thanks guys for watching this one, and I hope to see you again soon in the next one. Alright, peace out.